Snow fell softly outside the small apartment as Daniel set the last wrapped gift under the tiny Christmas tree. It wasn't much, but it was enough for him and his 7-year-old daughter, Lily. The place was warm, filled with the smell of hot cocoa, the faint glow of Christmas lights, and the quiet hum of a heater working too hard in the winter cold. Daniel wiped his hands on his jeans and glanced at the clock. Almost midnight, Christmas Eve. He heard footsteps behind him. Lily appeared in the dim light, rubbing her eyes, her hair messy, her small blanket wrapped around her shoulders. "Daddy, you're still awake," she whispered. "I was just finishing up, sweetheart," he said, smiling and kneeling to her height. "You should be sleeping. Santa won't come if you're awake." She giggled softly but then grew quiet, her eyes drifting to the window where snowflakes danced. "Daddy, do you think Mommy is somewhere looking at the snow too?" Daniel's smile faded for a moment. He brushed a strand of hair behind her ear. "Maybe she is," he said gently, trying not to let the ache in his chest show. "Maybe she's thinking about you." Lily nodded, but Daniel could see the sadness in her eyes. She was too young to understand why her mother left 3 years ago. Too young to understand heartbreak, but old enough to feel the empty space. "Come on," he said, scooping her up. "Let's get you to bed." He tucked her in, kissed her forehead, and turned off the lamp. As he walked away, Lily's sleepy voice floated behind him. "Daddy, I wish Christmas could bring Mommy back." He paused, but didn't turn around. "Sleep now, sweetheart," he said softly. "Dream good dreams." He closed the door, leaned his forehead against the wooden frame, and exhaled. He didn't have the courage to tell Lily that wishes didn't always come true. But sometimes, life had other plans. The knock at the door came unexpectedly, 3 sharp taps cutting through the midnight quiet. Daniel frowned, glancing at the clock again. Who would come at this hour on Christmas Eve? He walked to the door, expecting maybe a neighbor. But the moment he opened it, his breath caught. It was her, Emma. His ex-wife stood there, bundled in a red coat, snow gathered in her dark hair, eyes tired but bright with something he couldn't name. She looked like she had run through the snow without stopping. For a moment, neither spoke. Then she whispered, "Hi, Daniel." He swallowed hard. "Emma, what are you doing here?" "I know I shouldn't have come like this," she said, voice trembling. "But I needed to see her. I needed to see both of you." Daniel stepped back a little but kept one hand on the door. "It's been 3 years. I know," she breathed. "And every day of those 3 years has been a mistake." Anger flickered in Daniel's chest, but the exhaustion of the night kept it from burning too bright. "You walked out. You said you needed time. You said you weren't ready to be a mom. You said—" "I know what I said," she interrupted, her eyes filling. "And I regret every word." Snow swirled around her as the cold wind pushed against her back. For a moment, Daniel just stared. She looked fragile, not the confident woman who once dreamed of traveling the world. He could see the weight she carried. "Daniel," she whispered, "please, I just want to see Lily. It's Christmas." He hesitated, long enough for Emma to drop her gaze. "I'll leave if you want," she said. "I just couldn't ignore the feeling tonight. I thought, maybe I could fix at least one thing." Daniel let out a slow breath and stepped aside. "Come in." Her eyes widened with quiet relief as she entered the warm apartment. She looked at the small Christmas tree, the lights, the stockings, the drawings Lily had pinned on the wall. Her throat tightened. "She's asleep," Daniel said. "But you can see her." Emma nodded, wiping her tears. She walked toward Lily's door and paused, her hand trembling on the knob. When she opened it, she covered her mouth to muffle a cry. Lily slept peacefully, her small hands curled, her blanket rising and falling with each breath. "She got so big," Emma whispered. Daniel watched her from the doorway. "Kids grow. Life moves on, even when we don't." Emma turned to him, guilt twisting her features. "I know you hate me." Daniel didn't answer. Instead, he said, "Let's talk in the living room." They sat opposite each other, the Christmas lights casting soft colors around the room. Emma took a deep breath. "I didn't leave because I didn't love Lily," she said quietly. "I left because I didn't know how to love her right. I was falling apart. My job collapsed, my confidence cracked, and I felt like I wasn't meant to be a mother. I thought you two would be better without me." Daniel clenched his jaw. You broke her heart. I know, she whispered. And yours too. Silence settled. A heavy, painful silence full of memories. I'm not asking you to take me back, Emma added. I'm not asking for anything. I want to be in Lily's life. Even if it's small. Even if it's once in a while. I just want a chance to make it right. Daniel stared at the tree. 3 years of raising a daughter alone, working double shifts, pretending he didn't miss the woman who once promised forever. He exhaled. People don't just show up at midnight and fix everything, he said. No, Emma agreed, but maybe they can start. Before Daniel could respond, a soft voice came from behind them. Mommy. Both turned. Lily stood in the hallway, her small feet bare on the wooden floor, her blanket dragging behind her. Her eyes were wide and shining. Emma froze. Daniel didn't move. Lily stepped closer, staring at the face she had only seen in photos. Mommy, is it really you? She whispered. Emma choked on a sob as she knelt. Yes, baby, it's me. Lily moved slowly at first. Then she ran, throwing her arms around her mother's neck. Emma held her tight, her tears falling into Lily's hair. I missed you, Lily murmured. I missed you too, Emma cried, voice breaking completely. More than anything, Daniel felt something twist inside him. A mixture of pain and relief, fear and hope. He watched them, unsure how to process it. After a long moment, Lily pulled back and looked at her mom's face. You came back for Christmas? She asked. Emma nodded. I did. Lily looked at both of them, her eyes soft, wise beyond her age. She reached for Daniel's hand and placed it on Emma's. Stay. A small word, just 2 letters, but they hit Daniel like a punch. Stay. Emma's eyes filled again. Daniel felt his throat tighten. Their daughter, who rarely asked for anything, was asking for the one thing he didn't know how to give. Lily, he began, but she shook her head gently. Please, Daddy, Christmas is for family, and she's still my mommy. Emma's shoulders trembled. She wasn't expecting forgiveness. Certainly not this easily. She didn't deserve it. Not yet. But Lily wasn't worried about deserves. She just wanted her family. Daniel looked at Emma. The regret, the hope, the love she still held. Then he looked at Lily, whose small hand stayed on theirs. Finally, he exhaled. Okay, he said quietly. Stay. Emma covered her mouth, crying again. Lily squealed softly and hugged them both. And for the first time in years, Daniel didn't feel the cold emptiness of Christmas Eve. They sat together until Lily drifted asleep in her parents' arms. Daniel carefully carried her to the couch, where she curled up peacefully. Emma watched him, her eyes full of memories. Daniel, she whispered, I don't expect forgiveness overnight. I know I broke something precious. But I'm here now, and I won't run again. He didn't respond immediately. Instead, he poured 2 cups of cocoa and handed her one. They sat near the window, watching snow fall in slow circles. You hurt me, he said quietly. I know. You hurt her. I know. And I don't trust you yet. Emma nodded, tears falling again. I'll earn it, however long it takes. They sat in silence for a long while, pain between them, but also something else. Something small and warm, something that hadn't existed in 3 years. Hope. As dawn began to rise, the first soft gold of Christmas morning filling the room, Emma looked at him and whispered, Thank you, for letting me be here. Daniel looked at Lily sleeping peacefully, then at Emma. Don't thank me, he said. Thank her. Because 2 small words from Lily, simple, innocent, powerful, had changed everything. Stay. And on that Christmas morning, for the first time in years, their family wasn't broken. Not healed yet, but no longer apart. A beginning.